بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري ويحلل رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Hope everyone is well. Barakallahu fikum for those that joined on time. Sorry, my throat's a little bit tired, so excuse me. I see my tongue's tired as well. I can't get the words out. But alhamdulillah, we are here. And as mentioned during the last lesson, we are on lesson 14. And I'm hoping this will be relatively easily compared to the previous two lessons that we've covered. During this class, we only plan to cover lesson 14, and we should be able to finish this today, inshallah. And I saw a few messages in the group to show that some of you have gone through the PDF and the YouTube, and I think some of you even completed the MCQ. But just to see if others have done it, and you may not have been able to, mention it in the group. Can I just see a show of hands? Those that have completed the including the review, the video PDF, the video and MCQ. If you can just keep your hands raised, please, just to get an idea. And while you're doing that, some of you may be looking for the hand icon. This lesson shouldn't be too complicated. Some of the concepts most of you, I believe, should be familiar with. Only maybe a couple of the items you may not be too familiar with, but apart from that, it should be good. Okay, I think half of you have done it. So, Jazakumullah khair for putting the effort in. And I think others have been unable to. So please do follow up after the lesson, especially the MCQ. That will really help you, inshallah. Okay, you can lower your hands. Barakallahu feekum. So today, as we've said, we're covering the Al-Mansubaat. These are all the maf'ul that have an i'rab of mansub. You may already be aware there's a lesson coming up where we cover further mansubat. So in total, there are 13 i'rab al-ism, but for this lesson, we are covering 5 of them. And some of these we've taught before and you're familiar with. In case I miss it to the other admins, co-hosts, please let people in if they're waiting. I mean, in case I miss them. Jazakallah khair. So yes, as you know, when we're talking about mansubat, we're talking about isms which have an ending of fatha or equivalent. So it may not always be apparent, which you'll see in the examples, but it's in the state of mansub. Can someone you can put in the chat if we say if it's something not apparent, but we know due to this condition that it's in the state of mansub, there's a term we use. If you can put in the chat, what's that term? So it doesn't appear to, by looking at it, that it's mansub, but we know due to its condition. Yes. Yes. MashaAllah. That's it, Sister Zakira and Sanika fi mahalli. Naam. Good, excellent. Alhamdulillah, we have students who are awake. Good. That's always a good sign. So the first of the 5 is maf'ulun bihi. Let me get my pen. So you don't have to read my mind about what I'm talking about. And cool. Yeah, so first one is maf'ulun bihi. We're all familiar with this, alhamdulillah. Maf'ulun bihi is the direct object of the verb. And if you remember in module, I believe it's covered this in module 1, it often answers the question, what or whom, i.e. what is receiving the action. And for maf'ulun bihi is action that is being received directly. And we have an example. If we look at this example here, uh, كتب sorry كتب الطالب الدرس. كتب الطالب الدرس. The student wrote the lesson. So you can see we have فعل starting with فعل, and then we have the فاعل الطالب followed by the مفعول, and here we have the مفعول به and فعل فاعل مفعول به, and you can see the i'rab of the مفعول is in this state of nasb, and it's clear. There is no fi mahalli here, it's apparent. It's so كتب الدرس كتب الطالب الدرس, درس ending in fatha demonstrating mansub. So that's the first one, مفعول به. Second one is مفعول مطلق. Can I see a raise of hands if you haven't heard of this one before? I just raise your hand if you first time you're hearing about مفعول مطلق. I'm just going to cough. Give me a second. Afwan. So مفعول مطلق is also is an absolute object. And here the مفعول مطلق emphasizes the action of the verb. And it's usually derived from the same root as the verb. So that's something special about it. So yes, as Sadaf said, she's very active first time in the PDF. So effectively, this is the first time you're hearing about it.
Ustad,
Yes.
Zakira raised her hand. Do you want to ask a question, or you saying
Yes,
this is the
Sister
first
Zakira.
time? Yeah.
No, I just
First time.
read to say that, yeah, even I reading the first time, Mutalla.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Alhamdulillah, good. Jazakallah khair. Thank you to both of you for letting us know. Alhamdulillah. So at least you're coming across something new for this topic. And we'll see an example of what I mean by that. The fact that it's usually, that's the key word here, as you can see in red, which means it's not always, but usually derived from the verb. And we can see that from this example. قرأت القراءة. قرأت means I read. القراءة is reading. So here, if you notice, the word قراءة and the word قرأت comes from the same root, قرأ. Yes, so you can see they're derived from the same root verb, and there's a special emphasis. So you remember what I said? It emphasized the action. The qara'tu means I read, and if you notice for the translation, there we've inserted like proper, meaning this is the giving the emphasis. Unfortunately, in English, some of that emphasis is lost in other languages, like in Urdu, Bengali, Indian, some countries, and certain other languages. We have these mechanisms to emphasize. So here, the translation is not simply I read a reading, but due to the maf'ul mutlaq is giving an emphasis. Hence, it's like saying I've read like a proper reading. So, and we'll come across more examples later, inshallah. But here the emphasis is on the action of the reading. Yeah, so that's maf'ul mutlaq, and we'll see more examples later, inshallah. Sister
Okay.
Shami, did you have a question?
Yes, Ustad. This
No.
word mutalak, sorry, assalamu alaikum wa
Wa
rahmatullah.
alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So this word mutalak, is it similar meaning of the word that we have learned previously, the mutalik bin khabar, which came from the word alak, or like related to something, or connected, or it has different kind of meaning?
Mutlaq, it does have the root, same root. So there is a connection. So here is connected to the has the same root as the verb. Yeah.
No, I think what Sister Shami is asking is muta'alliq bil khabar, the thing that muta'alliq and muta'allaq we read, right,
Oh,
Sister Shami?
it's not
Yes, so it
related.
has a meaning like connected to something. The meaning is like connected or relation with something. So this mutalak meaning, is it same like
No.
the mutalak that we previously read?
Yeah, good question. So thank you for clarifying. Don't get confused with muta'alliq. Although the words are similar, but here it's not that concept. So yeah, I don't want to get confused like with that. That's a different concept we're teaching there.
Yeah, that's right. And what Ustad saying, you know, the root word, you'll see I find the easy way to, you know, understand this. You'll always see it's coming out from the verb and the root letters are same. So wherever you see, and like Ustad said, in our own language, if we say, for example, those who are Bengali here, khawar moto khaisi. So it's something like that. So like Ustad said, in our Asian countries, we can really explain, you know, express that. But in English, is not that easy to express. But you'll see the root word is going to be, letter is going to be same. So this is how you'll understand.
Yeah, and the word mutlaq means absolute. So when we say maf'ul mutlaq, this is absolute maf'ul. Okay, so the word mutlaq means absolute. So don't get confused with
Jazakallah
muta'alliq
khair, Ustad.
because that means connecting. Yeah,
Yes, it's quite similar. That's why I
it's
just
similar.
wondering
Yeah.
if we use Jazakallah khair.
No problem. And that's with a mim ta, not ta. Yeah, muta'alliq. So it's different word. But yeah, it's good to clarify. So yeah, here, I mean, the concept of what we mean is that it's derived from the same root as the verb. That's what we're saying here. So qara'tu and qira'ata come from qara'a. That's the point here. Same root. Usually, again, not always. And mutlaq means absolute. Anyone else have any questions? Especially if this is a new concept for you, I'm happy to clarify anything else around this. But yeah, just to reiterate, it's not the same concept as muta'alliq. This is a different topic. Mutlaq means absolute, and here we're talking about it's an absolute object, absolute maf'ul, and the what's different here is that because the words are usually the same, sorry, derived from the same verb, like with the example here, qara'tu and qira'ata both come from the root of qara'a, so that's giving the emphasis. Yeah, it's because of that similarity that's giving the emphasis. Good. Let's move on. Number 3 is maf'ulun fihi. So similar to maf'ulun bihi, this one is known as a circumstantial object, meaning it depends on the circumstance. It specifies the time or place the action takes place. And where we said for the maf'ulun bihi, it answers what or whom. Maf'ulun fihi answers when or where. And we have an example نام الطفل في السرير. نام الطفل, the child slept في السرير, in the bed. Yeah, the child slept in the bed. So if we ask the question, where, is the answer is in the bed. Yeah, so for maf'ulun fihi, you should be able to ask the question where or when, and the maf'ul should give you that answer. And here, fi sariri is the response. But I have a question here. We said these are all mansubat, but I have a kasra here. Is there something wrong here? What's happening here?
Fi is the harf jar, which is before the noun, before the ism, that's why.
Okay, so we have fi, that's right, good. Because of fi, we have harf jar. So that means, you know, what I've been teaching is incorrect. We're saying that it's meant to be mansub, but we have kasra. Can't be mansub if it's kasra, right?
So the harf
Anyone?
jar makes the noun and the ism to majrur.
That's correct. So does that mean this is no longer mansub? We're talking about mansubat.
We can say fi
Fi
mahalli
mahallin.
Mumtaza. That's what I was looking for.
That's what we start looking for. MashaAllah.
Ustad, can I ask you something? Because I always hear you saying mumtaza. What does it mean?
Ah,
Excellent.
good
That's
question.
We need to
It means excellent.
Something
Yeah.
learn something new today. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, yeah. So for masculine it's mumtaz, and if mumtaza with ta marbuta means excellent. So alhamdulillah, good.
But I'm confused now, Ustad.
Nah, good.
So I don't know if it's good, but I am confused. So
And I
so
tell you
here
why it's
we have
good before you
what?
continue, because you're going to be asking a question that will clarify something, and opportunity for everyone to learn, inshallah. And more importantly, it removes any confusion from you. So that's what we're here for.
Yes, yes, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. So here we have two conflicting effects, right? We have one, the role of the word in the sentence as a maf'ul bihi, which makes it a mansub. But at the same time, we have the harf jar, which wants it to become majroor. So now it's how do we express it that
Okay.
the word is both at the same time?
Yep, I got you. Good question. And this is why I was asking these questions and probing, because I wanted to get these type of questions out rather than just tell you, because I want you to do the thinking. Good question. So on the face of it, what we can see, what is apparent, what we see with our eyes, is the harf jar fi, and we have kasra at the end. So we have jar majrur, harf jar, and then we have the fi sariri is in the state of majrur, jar majrur. So that's what's apparent. But the key concept that I mentioned at the beginning is being played here. So, you know, when I asked you, when sometimes we something is in a state but we cannot see, what is that called? That's the fi mahalli, and that means is something is in the condition of some in a certain state, but it's not apparent. So it's fi mahalli nasbin. Okay, it's in the condition of nasbin because it is a maf'ul. Okay. So there's two things happening here, something that's apparent and something that's not apparent. So there's the both, and you have both here. We have the harf
Okay,
jar majrur, but as well as that, we have fi mahalli nasab. Yeah, it's in the
okay,
condition of nasab as well because of there's something else happening. We have fi'il, fa'il, and maf'ul, and this particular maf'ul is a maf'ulun fihi. Because of that, and that's the beauty of grammar. There's multiple. You're able to see multiple things happening. Because the فعل فاعل مفعول, we have في محل نصب, And we're only saying fi mahalli nasb because it's not apparent. It looks like it's
Yeah.
kasra, therefore, you know, on the face of it, it doesn't look like mansub. So we say fi mahalli. Is that
Ustad,
okay?
Got it.
Ustad,
Yes.
Sister Sada, if there was
Yes.
no fee before as-sariri, what would be the word?
It would be a sarira.
Now,
Yeah.
It would be?
Yeah. So the
sarira.
new concept for me here is that a word can hold two states at the same time, one apparent and one kind of not hidden but understood as a from
Yes.
the grammatical point of view. Okay.
Yeah. So naturally, you answered your own question. When you say without fee, there will be, it was sarira. Okay?
Mhm. Yes.
So because the fee came, naturally it has to be sariri. It cannot be
Mhm.
sarira. Fee
Yes.
has changed it, but we call it
That's right.
fee mahalli. We have
Yes.
to say this is fee mahalli nasab.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay?
So I think the confusion came because before where or at least all the instances of fi mahalli that I remember are the ones where the word cannot take a kasra for whatever reason, or it's a mabni
Mabni.
word.
Mabni now.
So
Yeah.
so in those cases, the word is what it is. It doesn't matter. It's not becoming you know,
Yep.
it's not coming into a state while retaining another state. This is the first time I'm learning about that.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah. If it
I'll
was
give
mabni, if it was mabni, you wouldn't change it as you know it. It is not a mabni word.
It's not, yes, it's
Yeah.
not.
yeah.
That's what
Yes,
it
so
is.
I'll give
that's why this is the first instance that
I'll give
yes.
another analogy. Say you know, you saw your friend and you know they were smiling and you're speaking to them um and you know on the face of it they seem happy because they're smiling, they're happy to see you, and you speak to them, how are you, you know, what's happening, what's new, but then you find out they've had someone pass away, a bereavement, so inside they're crying, but because they're happy to see you, they're smiling, but you know once you ask them how they are, then they reveal that they are, you know, very upset because someone had passed away. Doesn't make sense. So they're you know,
Yeah,
mourning, they're suffering, they're sad. That's their state.
good
But
analogy. Yes,
yeah, but
mashallah.
you know, because they're happy to see you, what's apparent is, you know, it looks like they're happy, but actually,
They're not.
their state, yeah, they're in a state of mourning. Yeah, good.
Jazakumullah khairan.
Oh, yeah. And this is the beauty of grammar. You're able to extrapolate and unpack things. There's multiple things happening, alhamdulillah. Okay, good. Let's go to the next one. Number 4 is maf'ul lahu. And this is object which the action is done but indirectly. And for the previous one, we asked where and when. For maf'ul lahu, the question is for whom, i.e., who is the action being done upon? Lahu, okay? This is the key word you have to remember. And let's look at an example. كتبت رسالة لصديقي. كتبت, I wrote, رسالة, a letter, لصديقي, to my friend. So here we have مفعول له, لصديقي, to my friend. Now let's unpack this one. كتبت, I wrote. We have فعل, and رسالة. What's this? Tell me what's happening here. We have كتبت. What's happening here? رسالة. From a grammar perspective, what's this? Can someone?
Risalatan is maful bihi. Katabtu is a fail and file.
Where's the fa'il?
It's it's
Yes.
hidden. Mustatir.
No, two is apparent because we can see it. It's
Yes.
not hidden. Katabtu. Two,
Katabtu
as you
I.
said, as meaning ana.
Ana.
Naam.
Risalatan is maful bihi.
Good.
Li
Just pause
sadiqi.
there for a second. So we have the fi'il, fa'il, maf'ul. Because I want us always to remember these formulas, so it comes automatically. When we look, this is a jumla fi'liya, so we're looking for fi'il, fa'il, maf'ul. Okay, now you can continue.
Yeah, Li Sadihi, here we are giving the purpose, like for whom we have written the letter.
Naam.
So that should be maf'ul lahu.
Lahu.
So
Good.
friend, for friend we have written. Li is harfjar, Sadihi is majroor. So jar and majroor is like fi mahalli nasab.
Okay. Anything else happening?
And I guess
Is that was that the Jumma?
Yeah.
Mudaf ilayhi.
Sadiqi, my friend. So it's mudaf ilayhi there.
And yes, so that ya at the end means my. Okay. So the jar is actually you can't see what's actually apparent that is meaning it means my.
It's mabni. You cannot change.
No. So what I'm trying to say is if it was just to a friend, it'd be li sadiqin.
Yeah, li sadiqin.
Then you see the harf jar. Does Sister Zakira?
yeah, oh Ustad, got it. Ya mutakallim.
Ya mutakallim, that's it. So we're seeing the ya mutakallim here.
Correct.
But you're right, there is a harf jar, but I don't want you to get confused. There's a ya mutakallim here. And because of that, you cannot see, it's already inside, but you cannot see the
If you see the meaning, then it will click because I wrote a letter for my friend. So there is the mutakallim there.
Yes.
So,
is that clear?
Yes, Ustad.
Anyone else? Did I confuse anyone?
No.
All right, cool,
I
good.
think they all
I
understood.
just want to give them a chance to respond. Alhamdulillah, so I
Let me
see that in the
see.
chat. Yes, and as Sister Zakira said, there's also fi mahalli nasb, in case anyone didn't hear. So there's multiple things happening here.
Yeah.
Yes, Ustad.
We have the li giving us the harf jar. So if it was just a friend, not my friend, and that means the ya mutaqallim wouldn't be there. Was my pen gone? So this ya is meaning my friend. Okay. Then if it was just a friend, I wrote a letter to a friend. It'd be katabtu risalatan li sadiqin, to a friend. But because the ya mutakallim, the jar, sorry, the majrur is not apparent. It's not visible. And then on top of that, we have fi mahalli nasab as well. So there's three i'rab here. So in the previous example, we saw two, but here there's actually three. There's a harf jar, there's a ya mutaqallim. Because of the ya mutaqallim, we have the ya ending. And finally, it's not written, but it's a jazm ending. And finally, the fi mahalli nasb. So lots happening here. So this is a good example. And just to go back to what we're talking about, this is maf'ulun lahu. This is the key point here. Katabtu can't say this word. Katabtu risalatan. I wrote a letter. Risalatan. This is, you see the nasab maf'ulun. but this lahu is connected to the maf'ul, to my friend. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. And now it is maf'ulun ma'ahu. Who's seen this one? I think the other two are more common. And does anyone is it the first time for anyone? You can put in the chat. If it's the first time for you. Maf'ulun ma'ahu, for this object, excuse me, this object is used to indicate accompaniment or association. Okay, so first time for Sister Shami. Alhamdulillah, lots of learning here, and which is good. So yeah, for accompaniment or association, and but for this maf'ul, the question is asked with whom. Ma'a means with. So we are asking with whom or with what. Ma'a means with. So okay, first time for a few of you, alhamdulillah. Let's look at an example. Ja'a Zaydun. Ja'a Zaydun. Zayd came. So if we just saw Ja'a, he came, but we have an external fa'il. Ja'a Zaydun. Zayd came. Bikitabihi. Bi harf jar. Bikitabihi. With his book. Now, Ja'a Zaydun. Zayd came with his book. We have the fi'l Ja'a, a fa'il, external fa'il for this example. Then maf'ul, and this is a maf'ulun ma'ahu, with his book. So here we have harf jar, and we also have what do you call this? Sorry, Ustad Muhammad, my brain's gone blank.
مضاف إليه.
مضاف إليه. مضاف
Thank you.
إليه.
Yes. Mudaf ilayhi, thank you. I'm glad your brain's functioning. Mudaf ilayhi. And the jar, sorry, the i'rab is continuing, as you know, this rule. I forgot which lesson you taught this in, Ustad Muhammad. But yeah, for certain mudaf, the i'rab continues. Bihi, bikitabihi. Okay, so those that are seeing this for the first time, does this make sense? Any questions? Happy for you to repeat it to, for you to demonstrate that you've understood it. If anyone wants to. All clear?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Good.
Yeah, I think, Ustad, I think
Yes.
we need to understand the 5 maf'ul here, which you explained beautifully, alhamdulillah. And now ask them to, memorize these. They need to memorize these 5 maf'ul.
Yeah, inshallah. Is that okay, everyone? They're not complicated, as you saw. The key thing is, before I continue, I just bring them all on the screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Whatever you do, 30 minutes should be resolved. Please.
Yes, inshallah.
So look at the time.
Yeah.
It's important to make sure all 5 is just absolutely clear in front of them.
Yeah.
Even they're sleeping, they're seeing 5, okay, and they know what is what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm saying that they must memorize these 5 maf'ul.
Can you just blindly memorize it, Ustad? Then I will do a test on this, and that will help in the memorization, okay?
Yeah. Maf'ul bihi, maf'ul mutlaq, maf'ul fihi, maf'ul lahu, maf'ul mahu. It's quite easy. It's all maf'ul. Okay? Bihi, mutlaq, fihi, lahu, and mahu.
Ma'ahu. It has to be
ma'ahu.
ma'ahu.
Yeah, ma'ahu, yeah. but you know what the connection is. Ustad already explained what maful bihi is, what maful mutlaq is, fihi is, lahu is, and ma'ahu is.
Okay.
So ask them to repeat it blindly.
Yeah.
Yeah, without seeing, Ustad.
Yeah, without seeing. They must have read the PDF before they come in.
Let me cover it.
Can I say?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay, maful bihi, maful mutlaq, maful fihi, maful lahu, maful ma'ahu.
Good. Anybody else?
Yeah, I will go, Ustad. Assalamu alaikum. What did you say?
Maf'ul.
Five.
Okay, the five maf'ul lahu. I mean, so the maf'uls. So the first one is maf'ul bihi, maf'ul mutlaq, maf'ul fihi,
Yes.
maf'ul lahu, and maf'ul ma'ahu.
That's it.
That's it. Good.
You got them on the screen.
They're on the
What
screen.
they're saying from their memory.
No, I trust that they're doing it from memory.
Yeah. Wait.
No, Ustad, we are not cheating.
No.
I know my students. They won't cheat.
Yeah, I think they already know maf'ul bihi and maf'ul fihi is done on module 1.
Yeah.
Maf'ul mutlaq and maf'ul lahu and ma'ahu are the new ones.
Yeah.
So, it's time now to memorize it, all 5 of them.
I have a question, Ustad.
Yes.
So, what is the difference between maf'ul fihi and ism zarf, the zarf zaman and zarf makan that we learned? Is it something like the same or different?
No. Zaman and makan, that's the dharf. So don't get
they're different.
Don't get those two confused.
Yeah,
Where
because
here focus is maf'ul.
Yeah.
These are ism and that's zarf. Okay.
But we also call that ismu dharf, so that was
Yeah.
They say
yeah.
dharf is a type of ism.
fawqa, tahta. Were they used
So,
in that as well?
These are zarf. That's
These are zarf.
to do with maf'ul. It's maf'ul bihi, maf'ul fihi, maf'ul mutlaq, maf'ul lahu, maf'ul ma'ahu. They're different.
I'll answer the question in another way. What we're going through today is maf'ul, isn't it? So if you look at, that's why I was always going back to the context. We're looking at the examples, we have the fi'il, fa'il, maf'ul. And which type of maf'ul is it? We're covering, in this lesson, we're covering the 5 different. So that's the context. Dharf is for another lesson. Is that okay?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on because I need to give some time to Dr. Mahmoud. Let's quickly talk about the maf'ul and ismu maf'ul. I know some of you have studied this. Who wants to have a go at explaining this? Those who have read it. Sister Zakira?
Yeah, Ustad. Maf'ul is an object which always be in mansub state. Ism maf'ul is a derived object from the verb which receive the action. And it can have, means it can take any states, right, Ustad? Ism maf'ul.
Very good, very good.
That's it. Everyone clear on that? Anyone have any questions? It's an important context. And we're going to be able to differentiate between the two. Maf'ul, which you've been going through now, and ismu maf'ul, which you learn in the verb table. All right, good. Let's go through some examples. And I'm going to ask you to take part, inshallah, so it's more interactive. And we'll be learning the difference between the fa'il, ismu fa'il first. So fa'il, as for most of you have seen when talking about fi'il, fa'il, the fa'il comes from when we're talking about when we're looking at sentence structure, we have the fa'il. So for example here, let me bring my pen again. We have fa'il nasara hamidan. So in the word nasara, we have a built-in fa'il, right? Internal fa'il, which is huwa. So nasara hamidan means he helped Hamid. Yeah, and the built-in fa'il is huwa. He helped Hamid. And for another example, nasara Zaidun Hamidan. Zaid helped Hamid, and here we have the fa'il is external fa'il. Yeah, so that's a fa'il. When we talk about when in a sentence structure, fa'il, fa'il, maf'ul. Here we have either an internal fa'il or an external fa'il. However, ismu fa'il is different. Ismu fa'il follows the pattern fa'ilun. That's key thing you have to remember when you talk about ismu fa'il. For example, the fa'ilun that comes from nasara is nasirun. So from nasirun we get, from nasara we get nasirun. That's the ismu fa'il. Yeah, the doer. And for another example, for kafirun, we get it from kafara. So the ismu fa'il for kafara is kafirun. So that's the difference between fa'il and ismu fa'il. And let's look at maf'ul. So just to bring to life what we just touched on earlier on. First example, katabat talibu ad-darsa. We saw this earlier on. And here we have fi'l fa'il, and then what I'm circling is the maf'ul. Simple. This is where the maf'ul comes. Fi'l fa'il maf'ul. Nama tiflu. Sorry, let me translate. Katabat talibu. The student wrote the lesson. And the lesson is the maf'ul. Fi'l fa'il maf'ul. Next example is Nama at-tiflu. So the child slept. That's the fi'l fa'il. The external, we have an external fa'il. Tiflu, Nama tiflu. The child slept fi sariri, in the bed. And this is the maf'ul. Fi'l fa'il maf'ul. However, if you look at below the ismu maf'ul, we have Jawabu maktubun. The answer is written. Can you see the ismu maf'ul follows the pattern maf'ulun. Ismu maf'ul follows the pattern maf'ulun. Jawabu maktubun. The lesson the answer has been written. Next example, al-babu maghluqun. Al-babu maghluqun, the door is closed. And here the ismu maf'ul following the maf'ulun pattern is maghluqun. Any questions on that? I've just expanded on what Sister Zakira said right regarding the maf'ul and ismu maf'ul. Can bring it to life with examples. Okay, I don't see a hand raise or questions in the chat, so let's go through the examples quickly, inshallah. Can I ask Sister Sadaf if you can do the first example, please, for maf'ulun bihi? Just
3
do
minutes to start.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. خلق الله السماوات والأرض. So here, خلق is the fi'l, internal file. Allahu is the external file. As-samawati and al-ardi are the two مفعول به.
والأرض نعم مفعول.
Wal-arda,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. The next one is وَقَتَلَ دَاوُودُ جَالُوتَ. So again, قتل is the فعل, داوود فاعل, جالوت مفعول به.
Excellent. Good. Nice and straightforward. Sister Hajira, can you do the next?
نعم أستاذ. Okay. The absolute object مفعول مطلق وكل شيء فصلناه تفصيلا. So now here the تفصيلا is مفعول مطلق. Now if we look at the root word, it's the root word is fa صاد lam, and the verb or the fi'l which is preceding this مطلق is فصلنا. So it also has the same root word fa صاد lam. So when we have the same root word for the verb and the what do you call it, the maf'ul, we call it maf'ul mutlaq. And the maf'ul mutlaq, since we know that it should have it should be in the fatha state, so that is represented by a fathatain over here.
Yep, good.
Okay, so now the next one, فسوف يحاسب حسابا يسيرا. So here the يسيرا is مفعول مطلق, and no. يحاسب حسابا يسيرا. So حسابا is مفعول مطلق here. It has a tanween fathatain over it, so that is in the mansub state, and it has the same root word as its fi'l, which is ha sin ba.
No.
So it basically emphasizes the meaning of it, I guess.
Yes. Ahsanti. We won't go into Yasira, that's for another lesson because of time. Dr. Mahmoud, if I can borrow a few minutes just to finish this off, if that's okay. I know you.
Not okay.
Not okay.
No, finish it now, please. I will do the rest.
Okay, inshallah. All right, no problem.
Inshallah. It went very well, Ustad, generally anyway.
I'll pass over to you, inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Yeah, the revision you were supposed to do, what you are going through, it will be done anyway through the content. But there are some important relevant points here. Just starting from Sister Shammi's question earlier about muta'alliq, and you already cleared it. There is no connection there at all. Muta'alliq is purely a grammatical term that is appropriate for jar majroor, nothing else. So there is no jar majroor matter here involved, so this must not come. And in terms of other involvements, it's totally different. The most important thing you have to remember is this. And you have just read absolute object, maf'ul mutlaq. Okay, for everybody, remember, something will sound like mutlaq, emphatic, to stress on particular action, as Mr. Aisha mentioned. In Bengali, in Urdu, there are similar type of conversation. I'll just try to repeat that. In Urdu, मैं ऐसे खाना खाया, खाने की तरह खाया. I ate a meal, absolute eating. Do you get the sense here? So there is a verb action happened, and then an ism, which is maf'ul, mutlaq, coming and emphasizing, giving stress to that particular field. In other words, it has to be accompanied by another field. That's the message. Don't forget it. Clear? Everybody understood that, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, this is an example, Surah Baqarah. Okay, I want to hear from everyone very quickly.
Are you sharing?
Oh, not sharing?
No.
Okay. Send request. Yes.
Hold on, yeah.
Yes,
Yes, yes.
I can
Okay.
see it now.
Okay. Can somebody quickly come and explain the grammar here? From here to here first.
Can I ask that?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. Qalu is fail
Hmm.
with file,
Mhm.
whom.
Mhm.
It's a mazi verb.
Mhm.
And subhanaka, subhana, it seems to be maf'ul with fatha. Is it right? And ka is mudaf ilayh.
Anything else you wanted to say? As if grammar, explain the grammar here. Anything else involved in these few words grammatically and that is significant? Anybody else? Sister Hazir,
The Jumla Fa'liya, it is.
fine. These are simple, you can say, but
Hmm.
it's not really what we're looking for. It's Jumla Fi'liya, yes, of course, fine.
Subhana is the masdar. Subhanaka.
Very good.
Your glory.
That's also Masdar, mashallah. Then,
It's ismu mubalagha, right? Subhana.
okay. Anything else?
No, sir.
Everything you said, they're all right, including fu'lanun. And from that masdar word, masdar also ismul mustaq. Ismul mustaq all came out of masdar, you know. That's correct. It's okay. But masdar only comes, then it takes in a different identity. It can be fa'il, it can be maf'ul, it could be this, it could be everything, including ismul mubalagha. Okay, the point is, it's related to this. Anybody else wants to say anything? No? Okay, fine. Subhana plus ka. When you say a verse like this, it's in maful, it's in mansub, subhana, no doubt about it. Okay? So if it is maful, grammatically, we are advanced grammar students, there has to be fail. Like you have a maful possible maful mutlaq, you can only confirm if there is a connected fail there. If it is not there, even with maful mutlaq, there will be mahzuf fail there. So the point I'm making here, if maful you have, this is advanced obviously, but there has to be a fail connection there. Can we see a fail there? Qalu, does it help for subhana?
Yes.
Then it's just mafule
Bihi.
bihi. Okay, fine. But what type of, it's mafule bihi, okay? Now, mafule mutlaq we are talking about. I am bringing a fail called nusabbihu subhana. Nusabbihu, we glorify. Subhana, subhanan, without ka. Can you see what does it mean? I glorify the praises, the purity. Nusabbihu. So, advanced level. You will know, and later on, all of you will feel like that. And accordingly, we'll do the meaning, inshallah. So, why I brought it here? For a mafule mutlaq, there has to be. Now, kalu cannot be connected to subhana if it is mutlaq use you are saying. For kalu, it is mafule bihi, I accept it. And you understand that. But if, in fact, this is also used as mafule mutlaq, grammatically. in many books and in many top scholars' teachings. Okay, so nusabbihu fail coming, and then subhanun, subhanan, okay, then it's maf'ul mutlaq. Then why is it subhana? Because tanwin cannot be there because of the mudaf ilayhi with ka, and subhanun, subhanan, subhana, khalas. So maf'ul mutlaq clear here? You understand now? Will you remember this? There has to be a maf'ul mutlaq connection. Even if it is maf'ul here, subhana, and you cannot see like kalu, then you have to, and Surah Quraysh, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإلاف قريش إلافهم رحلتا. This is a puzzle, this is a problem. And it is too complex. This rihlata is in mansub form. This is a maf'ul. So what is the ilafihim rihlata? Ilafihim. Ilafihim. Ilafi is one ism. Ilafihim. This is mudaf ilayhi there. Okay, then rihlata. Problem. We need a fa'il. We need a fail for rihlata. So there is some mahzuf clarification on that. I believe Ustaz Sadiq has touched on it when we were doing maybe masdar. Yeah, masdar can act as a shibu fail. Okay?
Yes.
So some masdar can play the role of a shibu fail. And rihlatash. Ilafihim rihlatash. Sorry, ilafihim. Ilafun. Ilafun is a masdar. Ilafun plus him. That ilafun will act as a shibu fail. That is very rare. Only one example of such in whole Quran, that masdar is acting as a shibu fail. Okay. So is it clear? Shall we leave it and talk about something else? Is it okay? I just wanted to make sure that maf'ul mutlaq will have a connection. Maf'ul bihi will have a connection, visible or invisible. That's how important and significant this is. Is it okay?
Yes, Ustad. But how we will understand that here fail is mahzuf? But now
as a grammar student, as advanced grammar student, okay, we will analyze it like the assuming there is. If it is not simple, I mean, this can be translated kalu subhanaka maf'ul bihi kalu, and guys can carry on. It's fine. This is just in one phrase or in one sentence. There may be 1, 2, 3, 4 grammar involved in just a small section. We will know all of them. You will know all of them later on, inshallah. And then you'll be using the most appropriate one according to the meaning. So that's not a problem. Okay? For example, you say we have Ismul Mubalagha and Sifat Mushabah. There's a lot of similarity. But I think yesterday you learned that you will find the lazim connection, maful, objects, involvement there. The root it has come out of. Ghafara, Ghafarun, right? It came from Ghafara, and Ghafara, look at the meaning, is it lazim or mutaaddi? And accordingly, you will have the information to take it to any direction appropriately. It will be okay. I mean, this is. I mean, you all are advanced students, and that's why I shared here. Okay, now, so this is okay. Main point was that maf'ul will have a fail connection. I'm sorry, mutlaq will have a fail connection, as well as maf'ul bihi, maf'ul in mansub state must have a visible or invisible fail connection, or even with a shibu fail. Khalas. Has to be. Otherwise, it's grammatically incorrect, and it cannot be incorrect. That's why all the experts have worked it out. And there are 6,000 pages, one book, alhamdulillah. I go back to this time and time. This is like teachers book. Subhanallah. So this is this helps in a complex situation like this. Okay, that's done. Okay. Now, who is interested in mafule ma'ahu to know more? And why, if you are? Not interested? If you are not interested, it's good.
Sorry, Ustad, what was your question?
Mafule ma'ahu. Okay.
We have to know anyhow, right, Ustad?
What's your name?
Hajara.
Okay. Yes, we should know over a period of time at different stages, inshallah. But just out of curiosity, I think you all are very intelligent people. That's why I'm discussing. We never discuss the one I just done and what I'm going to do now with other groups at all. Okay. Now, in any book, in any class, because I've covered so much that sometimes I can say I've seen the world of grammar within my many years of this journey I looked at. And conclusion is mafule ma'hu, this is the, by many, it's the only example of ma'hu from Quran. And from another place, they also brought another example from Quran, and none of them are 100% matching with the rules of mafule ma'ahu. Now I'll tell you what are the rules of mafule ma'ahu. And you'll be shocked. Okay? Mafule ma'ahu's rule is very simple. There will be a verb, and there will be a noun after that, and there will be waw typically, not be harf jar. The rule doesn't say it. Bi kitabihi, Zaid came with his book. This is like forcefully made up. It is typically wow. Why? To distinguish that it is mafule ma'ahu. It will look like a conjunction wow, but it is not. It will mean with, accompanied. Sarah walked. I'm sorry, Zaidun walked. Zaid walked. Along with al-jibala. Can you see? It has to be mafule ma'ahu, has to be in mansub. And if I go back to our, you see, fajmi'u amrakum. Ideally, it will be marfu normally. But can you see it's not? This is okay, shuraka mansub. And even with the meaning, it doesn't sound like exactly simple accompaniment. And this one, even the first one is mansub. Ku. This is mafule bihi. It's not actually mafule ma'ahu, clean way. It is not. However, as I said, some examples have to be quoted because they teach mafule ma'ahu, you need to know. However, in conversation, it is very widely used, and this is what I'm showing you. Sarah is the verb Sarah. Okay? Zaidun wal jabala. Clear. Next one, you see the meaning, look at this. Zaid is walking along with the mountain. And in Arabic conversation, beautiful sentences, lines are there like this. And they use ma'ahu a lot. Ja al muallimu. Can you see fa'il? Marfu. Wal what tullaba. Okay? With the students. Teacher came with, this is giving with meaning accompanied. It's wow, but it's not harful ataf. No. It is an auxiliary letter or harf to be used before the maf'ul ma'ahu.
So, Ustad,
Safartu, yes, let me finish
so
this.
in this example, okay.
Yeah, similar, finish. Safartu, similarly, safartu, I traveled, was shamsa, with the sun shining. So in other words, I was traveling and the sun was traveling with me. But it is in Mansub. That's typically for a ma'ahuz thing. And we do not see this in these two Quranic examples. But these are used because there is nothing else there. Because they are not used in Quran. Yes, question.
So in this example, the second one, if it would have been Ja'al Muallimu wa Tullabu, then both would have been fa'il, right?
Correct.
Then it would have been the teacher and the students came.
Came, yeah. Can you
Right?
see?
But here, what Tullaba makes it the maf'ul ma'ahu.
Ma'ahu, with the students. Sister Shammi understood this? It's
Yes,
interesting.
so just yeah, very interesting. Just to clarify, so this wow is not a conjunction, but it's
No.
a auxiliary letter that we have to look, and it comes before the maful
Ma'ahu. Yeah.
and so we have to see
indicate
the
accompaniment. To indicate accompaniment, right?
So when I was doing the MCQs and there is no translation, I was really confused because by
This
looking
is
at yes, by just looking at the Arabic verses, I cannot really say which one. Like by looking at the translation, I can say like this is maf'ul
Sister,
bihi.
yeah,
Yes,
now
Ustad.
it's okay, who you understood. I can tell you, our sister Zakira, alhamdulillah, spent a lot of time. Alhamdulillah, she is very good. I know that, okay? I know her competence in this. But I can tell you, possibly, I may be wrong, that she never had an explanation of Ma'ahu the way we just did it. Otherwise, she would have said it.
Yes, Ustad.
And this is not difficult. When it is understood properly with a good teaching, then it makes you feel happy, subhanAllah. Okay? So now, my frustration is, since we started teaching, since we collated and put this book together, I have been collating many side topics under each lesson. I probably have got at least 300-400 small topics like this, side topics, which I never had an opportunity to teach my students. Why? They can't even understand mudaf ilayhi, or this maful 5 times, bifi and fihi and lahu, and getting mixed up and all this. How can you teach anything further? I have it, and inshallah one day soon, I shall be running kind of short course for a few months, maybe 8 weeks, to cover all this, separate outside this course, because it needs to be done. It needs to be done. And some are extremely important. Okay, anyway, okay. So now going back to your final revision of what you were doing, I believe.
Dr. Muhammad, Sister Hajira has a hand up.
Yes, please, Sister Hajira.
Yes, Ustad. Like the way you said, we have certain rules for identifying the maf'ul ma'ahu, right? And you said if you look at the sentence, there will be a verb followed by a noun and followed by the auxiliary letter wow. Now, if you look at
And
the third example,
then maf'ul ma'ahu. Yeah.
yes, and then maf'ul ma'ahu. In the third example, I see only the verb.
Yeah, there will be
right?
some. Which one? Third one, yeah.
Yeah.
Now this is the first noun. Ism ana. I.
Built in.
I travel.
Oh. Okay.
Excuse me.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Yes, Ustad.
That's good. It's clarified. Nice question though.
Oh God, it's too much.
You're trying to get. No, it's not too much.
It's like, everything is getting mixed up sometimes.
No,
Yeah.
no, inshallah. As I said, this is advanced. I mean, I just wanted to really share because I don't have an opportunity like this. As I said, so many things I have. Okay, I have two page on this maful ma'hu, including the rules and everything. And you look for it, and if you find, send me. And you will be finding it very hard to get all these details what I just shared with you. Not everything I said, and that's why have you heard of Al Quran Institute? Yes, AQI. Hello.
Yes, Ustad.
Okay, what it means, I'm trying to have fun. Alhamdulillah, we go deep, but at the same time, remember, I only bring matters which is relevant, essential for the job. What is the job? To interpret the Quran appropriately and get the message out. There is no limit of grammar as well. It's a minefield, and it can probably divert someone from the main purpose. And I went through this for a period, then I became cautious. So I do not bring those which are not essential, and I also do not encourage anybody to mention anything here. You noticed it. So Alhamdulillah, with Allah's help, we try to really give them the best. Okay, fine. Okay, Ustad, what you were doing, I think you were doing, you asking them to explain this maful mutlaq up to maful mutlaq down. Fihi and ismu zarf we were talking about, there is hardly very little difference between them. Well, I have seen in the Tarkib grammar analysis, both the terms are used in most places. Why is this? Because both of them are nouns. Mafule fihi, they are nouns indicating time and place. Ismu zarf also ism. So I wouldn't keep any doubt in between in our mind at the moment that they're both same. I haven't seen any reason to kind of exclude from one another completely. So it's simple thing. Simple thing, when you have a verse, analyze it, see which one fits, which either is okay. But mafuli fihi, I think, is normally quite distinct. It's an ism which will indicate time and place. And there are some many verses you will see it starts with maful mansub, yauma, and then quite a few words there. Maful came at the beginning. So anyway, I don't think there is any room for any discussion on that. I would just feel like they are both same. If there is anything special, if I find out any time, inshallah, I'll share with you. And it doesn't conflict or anything. So there is hardly any difference between these two. Okay, that's fine. And time and place, that's fine. Mafule lahu. Okay. Can somebody start from this mafule fihi? Who did it and who didn't do? Please come forward and let's finish it. Yeah.
Can I maful fihi?
Fihi, please.
Yeah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. سيعلمون غدا. So, Ustad, can you zoom in a bit? It's very
Okay.
tiny. سيعلمون, it is mudare verb, and file is hum, and gadan is showing the time. So this is maful fihi. Gadan.
Yeah.
وندخلكم مدخلا كريما. Here again, nudkhila is a form to verb, afala, and kum is maful bihi. Mudkhalan is a place of entering, so
Yes.
it's a maful fihi. Kariman is based on fa'il pattern. It's can be a nath. No, it is ismu mubalagha because nadkhulu is mutaaddi.
Yes.
So it is ismu mubalagha.
But it is Mausuf Sifa, right?
Yes.
It's Mausuf Sifa. Did you say that?
Nath. Yes, nath.
Not Manut. Yes, good.
Nath.
That's fine. Okay. That's it. And, in a situation like this, I'll be using maf'ul fihi. But if you think about, if you call it ismu zarf, ismu zarf makan, zarf zaman, it's okay. But it's ideal to use the terminology maf'ul fihi here. Okay, it's fine. Okay, maf'ul lahu. Who is coming? Yes?
Juma-
Mr. Sadiq, call somebody, please.
Rajuma, you can go.
Mr. Jumaya, please.
بدلوا نعمة الله كفرا.
Meaning is baddalu. They badaled. They exchanged.
Allah's favor for disbelief.
Ni'matallahi, Allah's favor. They exchanged. They exchanged Allah's favor. Then kufra.
For disbelievers.
Kufran is a masdar.
Kufra
It's an idea, it's a
for-
concept. Disbelief. For disbelief. Okay? So it's a reason, correct, brother?
Yes.
If it is reason, then it's maf'ul lahu. And it is in Mansubaat.
Yeah.
Fine. Next one.
ينفقون أموالهم رئاء الناس.
Riya'a. Nas, yeah. Okay. So, what's happening here? Yunfikuna, they spend
their wealth to be seen by people.
for showing the people.
To be seen by people, again, is for a reason.
Yeah, for showing.
And it's
For showing to people. Easier.
People, so it'll be maf'ul lahu.
Because you cannot see amwalakum yunfikuna riya'a. It's not maf'ul bihi. It's mansub. And so by the meaning you can connect the reasoning here.
Right. Yeah.
Very good. Do you want to do the last one, the hard one? I already said.
فأجمعوا أمركم وشركاءكم.
Can you see the
decided
translation?
upon your course of action and you and your partners.
Does it match with the rules explanation?
Okay, so yes, you got a wow before Shirakakum.
Yeah, it's not really giving that meaning properly, but we have to just get on with this. Okay, brother? Next one.
أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا. Save yourselves and your families from a fire.
It's purely a conjunction sense here. It's not ma'ahu here. I mean, the first one is kind of universally used, and I was told that's the only one. Then I found the second one in another book. I brought it, but both of them actually not true 100%. Ma'ahu sense there, grammatically. Okay, that's fine. I leave this as a quiz for you personally. What's the time? Oh, time gone. Qara'a Muhammadun wal Bahra. Okay? That is pure ma'ahu. This is one sentence, and all 5 mafuls are there. I don't know where I got it from, but it's interesting. Qara'a, bhar, then it's a fa'il, you can say, subject, then waw, then al-bahra in mansub. Okay? Kitaban laylan. Okay, I leave it to you. It's not that important. You just try it and understand it. They are all written clearly. See if you understand that. Okay, I don't want to spend any time on this, inshallah. In Bengali, it's written khane ke tera khawa, khana, khane ke tera khana, mahule mutlak. In Bangla, it's called khawar moto khawa. I got it from a Bangla source. It's correct. This is exactly how it is mahule mutlak.
Yes, Ustad, when I saw this cover with the cow, I was wondering this writing has come like by mistake or something because I didn't understand the relation.
No. Because it's a source, I had it. It was written. I just kept it. So we can talk about it. But similarly, Urdu, what I just said, Sister Hazira and Sadaf and others understood it. मैंने उसको इतना मार मारा मरने के तरह मारा. This is Mahfuz. Sister Hazira, okay? Sadaf?
Yes, Ustad, yes.
Good example is that.
This is Mahfuz. Okay, Ustad, finish.
Jazakallah khair.
Yeah, okay. Before you go, Ustad, I've got a few minutes to start. Important. And I'm asking my teacher, Asha, volume down, please. Yeah. It is important. Have all of you have got mobile phone with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you go to the YouTube video of this lesson? Lesson 14. All of you are present here on your laptop or this. Could you please confirm? Just confirm I got it. Teachers, Mr. Sadiq, Mr. Mohammed, if you can also, everyone, if you can. Okay. Everyone. Is Anur, can you confirm?
Yes, Ustad.
Okay.
You know that Holy Quran is the complete guidance for all human men.
Don't play, please. Thank you. Everyone have it? Who hasn't got it? Who hasn't got it? Mr. Sadiq, have you got it?
Yes, I got it on YouTube.
Aisha, have you got it? Just remain standby. Brother Jun, have you got it?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Mr. Bushra, Sister Shami, will talk to her about this after because she has left. She is not well. Sister Hazir, you got it? Sister Naz, got it? Aisha, your volume down.
The YouTube video, you mean?
YouTube video, yeah. Can you open it?
Yeah, I saw it in the playlist.
Okay, now, yeah, can you open it? Don't play it, just get it in front of you, please.
You can't go on today's video. Yes, sir.
Volume.
I stopped it.
Yeah, that's it, yeah, okay. Yes. Sister Nurjan, Sister Sadaf, have you got it? Sister Sanika, have you got it? Shammi, you got it?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Can you see the comments there? How many comments are there?
Only one. My comment is there, Ustad.
And the person who commented just joined a month ago, and this video has been there for over a year. And I know, and you know, Alhamdulillah, people are watching the numbers and all these are, and the comments feedback, they're benefiting from it. Despite quite repeated requests there, people are not doing it. It's really bad. Okay. Now, can I ask you, just give a comment right now? Something simple. And this is something you can go back time to time. It should be mainly on the content of the video, how you found it, how helpful it was, what was helpful, things like that. And you may also mention, as a live student of Module 1 or Module 2, sorry, yes, this video goes extremely well. It's a supplementary, complementary, highly beneficial, and it makes full sense to watch this video along with their PDF files, things like that, okay? Can you just do this now, and I'll wait until you finish. Ustad Sadiq, this is teacher's job from now on, particularly the head of the course, which is you for Module 2, and Brother Muhammad for that. And could you kindly communicate with Brother Muhammad on this point and tell him, in the class 5 minutes, we have to do this. And then they will get used to. Mr. Sadiq, is it okay?
Yeah, I'll tell him.
If you don't mind, if you could put some comments there, please. Aisha, you can as well. Sister Nurjahan, are you listening? Can you reply on the chat box? Sister Nazneen, can you reply on the chat box if you're not talking? Sister Sanika? Sister Sanika? Sister Shammi, can I request you just make a note of the names here? And in the actual Module 2 group, you will send a message, show it to me before on this point, inshallah. Sister Zakira Sayyed has just joined Module 2 3-4 days ago, and she has completed up-to-date lesson 14. And she has watched the video and she made comments on all 4, and that is the only person there in the last. I'm not going to let it go like this. No. We work so hard for the benefit to make it really, 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 really helpful. And this support we deserve without any compromise. Ustad Sadiq, we would take, if it takes 10 minutes, do that for time being, please. It shouldn't take 10 minutes. Keep 5 minutes and then do this in the class for now, and then it will be okay. We've got 58 videos on Module 1 and 32 on Module 2. It makes a huge difference. It inspires other viewers. They will benefit from it. That's our reward. And you are contributing something to get some of these rewards as well. It's a dawah. Okay, who has done it now? Confirm? Mm-hmm. Brother Sadiq, you done?
I didn't.
Yeah, on mine it's not letting me.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
Okay, check it. It should be, I don't know.
The box to write doesn't come up on mine.
Who else has done it? Brother Jumma done it?
Yes.
Sister Hazira done it?
I've done it.
Brother Rashid done it. Okay. Sister Nur Jahan. Sister Shami, check with her, please. Not now, later. Sister Nazreen. Sister Sadaf, have you done it?
Yes.
Sister Sanika done it? Sister Shami done it?
Is that lesson 14?
Yeah.
Yes, I have done today, like before attending the class.
Okay, good, good. Anyway, thank you very much, and I'm sorry to keep you waiting, but you understand how important it is. I appreciate that. Sister, sorry, you now conclude.
Inshallah. Just before I formally conclude, just remind you, because of Eid, on this coming Sunday, there won't be a class, but we'll return on next Tuesday, inshallah, where we'll be covering lesson 15. And I'd like to ask you on behalf of everyone at Al Quran Institute to please make dua for us on Yawm al-Arafah, on Thursday, especially before Maghrib. I know many of you will be fasting.
And
So
all the brothers and sisters, and for their families as well, please do dua.
yes, make dua for everyone involved, all of the students. It only takes a few minutes to make dua, so it's not a lot of effort to include everyone, and of course our brothers and sisters that are suffering in the world, especially those being oppressed. I'm sure you'll remember them as well, inshallah.
Inshallah.
So with that, I'll conclude. Barakallahu fikum. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.